about how to maintain your car. Whatever it is that bothers you about cars, trust me, this is that program you just have to listen to. Yes, since due to traffic, yes, we're on our way down to this place and somehow we got caught up. You know how it is, but sincere apologies anyways. My name is Honorable Ape D. Great, and this evening I have an expert in the field, and together we are going to be talking. Before we talk about our topic for discussion today, because we don't have all the time, we are approximately 10 minutes behind schedule, so we're just going to try our best possible to wrap things up with the fastest speed, as best as possible. So don't worry, we are here for you. So let me have my guest introduce himself this evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Nice to have you. It's been a while. How have you been?
I'm good, are you?
I'm okay. I've been fine. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Comrade Oze Onyebuchichukwu.
Okay.
I'm the CEO of Mr. Law Autos.
Okay. Mr. Law Autos. So when you hear the word autos, you already know that he's an expert when it has to do with cars. Last week we discussed CNG. I had a guest on this show, and together we were able to discuss CNG, and so many persons got to know what CNG meant. But then there was one factor. That factor was the fact that to convert your car to CNG, it takes a whole lot. So it's not for the one who is not able to feed even 2 square meals a day. That is to be sincere with you. All right. So I now said, okay, hence not everyone can actually afford CNG at the moment. Why not talk about the best fuel economy cars, the most fuel friendly cars at the moment? Because it is not easy. If anyone tells you it is easy, it's a big lie. So we are all trying our best possible at the moment. Fuel in some stations, they're even selling above 1,000 naira per liter, and in some stations they are selling lower, that is 950 something, 980, 990, 999 thereabout. But let us discuss about cars that you can use at this time, and it will not be too strenuous. It will not drain you totally. So him laughing already means that it's gonna be tough.
Well, someone used to say that one who has money to buy cash, you have money to buy fuel. Why are you looking for the one that is not going to be consuming enough fuel? Okay. Before we talk about the cars that are fuel efficient, we should be talking about the soundness of your car. The older a car gets, the more fuel it consumes.
Okay.
The more the engine is weakened, the more it consumes.
Okay.
The more you tamper your injectors, service your injectors, touch the engine, the more your car also consumes fuel.
Okay.
So first of all, for your car to be consuming the normal fuel that the manufacturer meant it to consume, the car has to be in good shape.
Okay.
That's number one. And then secondly, there are sizes of engines. We have I've seen 5.7 engine. I think Land Cruiser V8 is 5.7 engine, if I'm not mistaken. Then there are 3.5 engine cars, mostly V6. We have 2.0 engine, the most common, like Camry, all of them are 2.0 engine. And then we have 1.8 engine, that is where Toyota Corolla fall in.
Okay, 1.8.
Yeah, so we weren't having any car that is lesser in fuel consumption than Corolla. But right now we have 1.6 engines and we have 1.4 engines. Most of the modern engines are coming in 1.4, 1.6. So very, very economical. But like you said, like the poor cannot even afford the CNG. That's how the poor also cannot afford modern cars that will consume less. So if you look at it, you see that in all you do, just try and make money. Yes.
Okay, now there is this craze about 206. How true is it? Because I remember I think last year, from that last year, people started bringing back 206, and I was wondering what is so special about 206. I even got tempted as well to get one at that point, and people started selling even their big cars to get 206, and somebody told me that it's true, and why some person said it's just been overhyped. But being an expert, in the field, what do you make of this?
206 is actually a 1.6 engine car, so that is why people are rushing it.
Oh, it's truly 1.6.
Yes, 1.6. So it consumes less fuel. So it has very small engine. But like I said, if the engine has been tampered, if the corporation of the engine is no longer intact to consume fuel.
Of course, we are going to talk about things you can actually do to manage your fuel economy. Okay, all right.
So the 206, the reason why people are rushing it is because we know Corolla as a car that is less is fuel efficient. Then Corolla is 1.6. So we now have Corolla is 1.8. So we now have 1.6 in 206. So people are going for 206 because one is that the car is actually very strong.
Okay.
Just like the old Corolla 2003 to 2005 to 2007, they are very, very strong. So it's strong and it's very, very economical. It's one of the first cars to come out in 1.6. Yes, that's why people are rushing it. But there are other cars that are lesser in consumption than 206.
Are you serious?
Yes.
But can the average man afford such cars?
That's the issue, but one of them, like Kia products, Kia Rio, RIO, Kia Rio is 1.6, but it consumes lesser than Corolla. There are some cars that comes in Hyundai that has 1.4.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So any car, there is Toyota Prius, don't even mention it, to a Prius, Prius, that also is 1.4 engine. So, but these ones are modern cars, which an average man cannot afford it. Yes.
People talked about Civic as well.
Yes, Honda Civic is 1.6. Yes. We also have cars that are in between 1.5 and 1.6. You will see 1.6, but there are other mechanical things I cannot be able to mention that helps it consume less. Also, there are cars you see eco in it, like the one I drove in here now, Hyundai Sonata. It's 1.6 with eco. That eco is just a function in the car where if you are in a slow motion or your fuel is low, you just press your eco. Some of them come in automatic. So once the fuel goes below 10 liters, the eco will show up. So that eco is just the economy or economical economy. So it knows how to manage itself. Some things will not be functioning fully again.
Okay.
Yeah, just to manage the fuel.
It's just like your phone battery when it's low.
When it's low,
auto battery saver.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
then some of the apps will shut down. That's how this one is. That's why sometimes it's not good to. Some people used to put eco driving in highways, but it's very, very dangerous because it will not be supplying the level of fuel that you need in your engine. So it can cause problems. That's why it's not good to put eco while on highway. Whenever you're on highway, you're pressing your RPM, your accelerator, pressing it down. The fuel supply must be full. If not, your engine will be struggling.
Wow. Not all cars have this eco.
No, not all cars. It's not actually by modern cars. Like the one I came with is 211. 211 is not a modern car. But it has eco. There are cars from 2006 that even has eco, but most of these modern cars has eco in it.
Interesting. Okay, guys, don't forget you can join us on our social media platforms. You can watch us live on YouTube. You can watch us live on Facebook. It's Eagles FM Abuja. Just to know the type of car to buy at this time, and not just the type of cars to buy, but also how to drive your car, how to maintain your car so as to ensure fuel economy. It's not easy for the average man. Well, you just talked about the average man not being able to afford some of these modern cars. Well, thank God for the cars like 206, Civic, the Prius you talked about, and even the one you came in with.
Yeah, Hyundai, yes.
You know, it's so fine. I never imagined it's a 1.4. Is it 1.6?
There's 1.6. There's now new 1.4 now.
I never imagined it's a 1.6 engine because it looks big.
No, it's 1.6 engine.
Can you imagine?
It has big engine and has small engine. All of them are 1.4 engine, 1.6 engine.
And they're all the same body.
Yeah, same body.
Wow.
Yeah, same body. But you know, most of the cars are actually the same engine, different body. Yeah, so most of them is just I want to upgrade, just like phone. Some of them they will don't upgrade the front, and the inside is still the same. Maybe change camera. That's how it is with cars. Sometimes you even take the kits of a 2020 car and upgrade a 2010. So it's only one who enters the inside that will know that it's not 2020. So that's it.
Interesting. And now, Mr. Law, some persons, when they want to buy a car, they don't even ask what is the size of the engine. They just come, the car is beautiful, and they buy. How important is it to ask questions as regards size of engine?
Well, if you are buying car, you know, car is just like a phone. Some people go for a phone for the camera. Okay. Some go for the battery. Say how long can the battery last? They are not interested in camera. Some people will tell you how sharp is the camera. So if you're buying a car, you should have your what are you looking for in a car? So you should be asking yourself first. Okay. Am I looking for fuel efficient cars? Am I looking for speedy cars? Am I looking for cars that shouldn't drag on the road? Like me personally, I hardly drive 4 plugs. Okay. Yes, I hardly drive any car that is 4-cylinder. That is the ones that where you can see 2.0, 1.6, and 1.4. Okay. So I like driving my V6. Though the car I came in with now is not V6, but it's full option. So it has all the strengths. Some of the buyers, you first of all ask yourself what kind of car you would want to buy. There are people who can drive anything less than V8. True. Yes, 5.7 liter engine. They have the money and also the movement. So that is why the only thing that make people buy Benz is because of the engine. Though we have 4 plugs engine, but those 4 plugs can never come in 1.6 engine. It's 2.0.
Oh wow!
You understand?
Even far beyond 1.8.
Yes.
Okay. So, what are some of the ways one can, maintain your car so as to at least minimize fuel consumption, even if you are not acquiring these cars we talked about?
Well, one is make sure your catalyst is intact.
Okay, the one we call Indomie.
Yeah, the one we call Indomie. So most times, these are our mechanics. What they do is the ones who are fraudulent, you take your car to them, they will just remove the catalyst, the Indomie, and sell it. So make sure you don't hand over your car to people who are fraudulent. Hand it to them who you know and trust. And if you don't know them, stay there, let them work your car so you can go with it. So once the catalyst is intact, your engine is intact, you don't labor your engine, you change your oil when you want, you need to change your oil. Your car will consume the default fuel consumption the manufacturer intended to achieve. So but where your car is, your oil stays like 3 months, gets very dark, engine is getting hot always, or if your water leaks, engine gets hot, your exhaust hits the stone, it opens, making noise, you are not going to fix it. So anyway, anytime your car has the pressure leaking from anywhere, because it's interconnected and tightened, so there's a pressure of every car. Once it loses your pressure from anywhere, it begins to consume more than expected. And there are types of fuel. There's a kind of fuel you also buy, which is adulterated.
Okay.
Yes, it will burn very, very fast, whether your car is good or not.
Wow.
So once you're maintaining your car well, it's intact, the consumption will continue to be the way it's supposed to be.
This fuel thing, is there a way one can quickly look and say this one is good, this one is bad, or is just luck?
Sincerely, I don't know much about fuel. Don't know which one is good, but sometimes the color.
Okay.
Like me, once it's too red, I'll tell you this is not fuel. But you see, the one that Dangote introduced to us was just like water, which what they were calling that one European standard. Simply means that anyone that is has the same color with water should be the best. So that is the only way.
Okay. Before we go, what is your advice to the average man out there? Because ordinarily, before now, we used to say a car is a necessity. It's not luxury. But if you want to be sincere, in all fairness, car is luxury now. Because if you to drive from one point to another, you should be thinking about 10,000 naira minimum, because you should put fuel at least 10 liters or more in your car to move from point A to B, just to ensure that that car is also safe. You don't overstress the fuel pump. So what is your advice rather to the average man who is listening to us out there as regards cars now?
Well, car used to be a necessity, but right now I will even say this is when car should be called a necessity. Because it's more expensive to actually use public transport now. You know, like from where I come from to this place,
Okay.
I'm not sure I can spend up to 2 liters with the kind of
Car you're driving?
car I am driving.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
So now that 2 liters highest 2000 or 2004 if it is one, because some people are selling 1,200. So, but if I want to take a drop from that place to here, they can't collect less than 4,000 or 3,000. 3,000, I'm not sure there will be anyone. Even boats now, up all these drop, they will not collect anything less than 4,000. So, and if you decide to follow the public transport, by the time you finish, drop and enter another one, drop and enter another, you will notice that you are spent up to 1.5 coming, and your going will be 3.5. So it's still more than, plus all the stress, plus you don't know who you're sitting with, your health insecurity and all of that. So it's very, very necessary. In fact, if you have money now, one good thing is that any car you buy for 1 million now, you will be sure of selling it for 1.5 in the next 2 weeks. Cars are now, it now adds value.
Yeah.
Just because of the way our naira is crashing every day before dollar. So if you buy a car now, say, like my friend who bought a Camry for 3.5 last year, this year the same, he bought it from me, and same me bought the same 3.5 car for 7 million.
Jeez.
So
Wow.
so that same car that was 3.5 last year for a used one is 7 million now, 2012 Camry. And then I bought it and I sold it for 8 million. You understand? So that is, if you buy car, unless the dollar is planning to crash, anything outside that, any car you buy now, it will save you costs. You will manage yourself with 5,000 naira fuel. You can manage yourself for some days, but 5,000 naira will not take you for through public transport for even a day, except you're just going around your street.
Wow.
So it's a necessity.
Indeed, a necessity. Well, we wish we started earlier, but then notwithstanding, I'm sure you must have learned a whole lot. In case you got confused along the way, just go check us out on our social media platforms to watch the recorded episode. I'm sure you will learn a whole lot. Thank you very much, Mr. Law, for coming on the show. I hope to have you more on this show. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
And to you, listener, thank you very much for your time. Like I used to say, take care of your car so that your car will save you from stress. My name is Honorable Ape Degrade. Until next week, Tuesday, God willing, do have yourself a swell time listening to Eagles 102.3 FM.
Competitions? They don't exist.